Say what? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another one of my deck techs. This is for the best deck in the format. Boom! I said it. Dodge and burn, my dudes. Okay, so as with all my deck techs, I'm just going to go through the build. This is for the guys that don't really want to watch a long video. And this is also for if you want to refer back to this, you don't have to listen to me rant about cards. You can just like pick through in the first, 15 seconds or so to see the build again in case you forgot. So that's it. Alright, let's get back to the left. Okay, so I'm running 25 land. Notice that 3 of them are Terramorphic Expanses. I'm running 3 Terramorphic Expanses because for 2 reasons. Mana fixing to get, well, actually I guess that's only for 1 reason. Mana fixing for the cancels and the volcanic fallouts. Okay, I can run the Terramorphic Expanses just fine because you can take tempo losses in control decks because you have run massive card advantage, and it's really not going to hurt you that bad. Of course, you do top deck a Terramorphic Expanse when you could have had lethal on like a Banefire. That's so rare, and I guess that's part of the reason why I'm running 3. Anyway, 3 Terramorphic Expanses, even split on the 11 and 11 on fires, mountains and islands. Holy shit, that's not a good start to the deck tech. Anyway, first spell anyway. Earthquake. This is a win condition. Actually, this is part of your win condition, and this is also a mass removal for creatures without flying. Pretty much your win conditions are Banefire. Okay, pretty much your most common win condition is Volcanic Geyser for around 7, and then Banefire for the rest. But Earthquake can also get there at sorcery speed, it's like a Volcanic Geyser at sorcery speed for you. I guess I should point out that I could pretty much talk about all of these cards really long-winded. I'm gonna only talk long-windedly about cards that I think are very important to talk about, so keep that in mind, I guess. Banefire, this is your win condition. Run 2 of them. Banefire. Don't target creatures with this unless you're in a heap of fucking trouble, because you're going to find it hard to get to 20 without Banefire, because Banefire. That's why. Remand. Do you like taking extra turns? Because this is pretty much what you're doing for it. Oh, yeah. Go back to Banefire. In the mirror, 5 or more can't be countered. Dope. Mind Maze. Kind of relevant in Mind Maze. More relevant in the mirror. Okay, Remand. This card, man. This card is take yourself an extra freaking turn, because all you're doing is land go, pick their spell back up in their hand, run all 4 remands. Are dope. Memory Lapse, why don't you go ahead and give them more card disadvantage while you're gaining card advantage? Like, Memory Lapse is dope. It takes care of things that kind of took you by surprise. You only have to leave up 1 blue, which is also really good. And it takes their draw step away from them. It's really dope. Starstorm, where did this card come from? I didn't know this card existed until I saw it in this game. Instant speed, I mean, it's like for 4 mana, it's an instant speed pyroclasm. Instant speed. If you don't need it, you can cycle it out. Like, god damn! Like, this card is ridiculously good. But, I mean, you could do it for 5. You can do it late game, even against cards or decks that run big bombs. Starstorm is freaking amazing. It's instant speed. What? Okay, I already talked about Volcanic Geyser. This, in combination with Banefire, is your win condition. It's really dope that it's at instant speed. Sometimes you can target creatures. Try to stay away from that, because like I said, it's your win con. So you don't want to spend your win con killing a creature. But I guess if you're doing that, you have to take care of it, so it's okay. 3 Searing Spears. Thank you for running 3, because Fire Wave only gave us 1. Searing Spear usually targets creatures, sometimes targets their dome. Yeah, it's just really good. Utility spell, anything you want. Cerebral Vortex, how about Divination at instant speed? I realize it targets them, but that has never happened to me, probably never will. I don't know. I play with this deck a lot, so maybe it does. Yeah, target player draws 2 cards, then I take 2 damage. So do it on their instep. Instant speed Divination is dope. Electrolyze usually targets their head. You can 2-for-1 their creatures, ideally. Usually doesn't happen. You can kill a creature with it if you can. Yeah, probably do in most cases, but usually this targets the dome. Run both of them. 2 cancels. How about just no? You're going to say no so many times to their spells. Like, you're going to say, wait till they cast something, pause, and go, nah. Cancel, or Thought Bind, or Remand, or Memory Lapse. Or, God, this deck is so frustrating to play against. Thought Bind, 4 or less. It has its own stipulations, but if you're running up against a deck like, oh my god, Chant of the Moldiah? Jeez. Of course you're not going to counter their bombs, so you just counter their lower things. Like, you can counter a Rampant Growth if you want to, Besides that, this counters most things in the format, so take into consideration that. Char, run 3 of them. It's not ideal to be targeting creatures with this. You can if you want. This card's semi-bad in the mirror match. I figure I should point that out too. That guy looks like Gandalf. I figure I should also point that out. But Char usually goes to the Nug, I think I found out. No, I guess it's about an even split between creatures and Nug. But this 4 damage is fairly considerable. You're taking 2, so it's not that great in the mirror match. But OMG, talk about instant speed Pyroclasm on Starstorm. This is instant speed Pyroclasm for 1 more, and it can't be countered. Good God, this card's good. And I think that finishes it up for my board sweeps. Yeah, so Volcanic Fallout and the Starstorms and the Earthquakes. That gives me with 2, 4, 6. It leaves me with 6 board wipes. Pretty dope against most of the format. Compulsive Research. Don't tap out to cast this, especially if you have a draw spell or a burn spell, which is always. So cast this when you have some free mana. Also, like when you have 5 mana, you can Compulsive Research if you have like a Memory Lapse in your hand. Just just don't leave yourself tapped out. Don't play this on turn 3. I play a lot of Dungeon Burn. I play a lot of Mirror because this deck's mad popular, and I see a lot of people compulsive researching. It's almost even good to bluff a counter by not tapping out with this. So just keep that in mind. You're going to have plenty of time with this deck. You don't have to cast this when you hit 3 mana, even if you don't have another play. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the situation, but... Okay, we jump from 3 to 6. So, I mean, I guess that's not that big of a deal. I mean, your control, so... Because Draining Welk is another one of your win cons. I guess I said the burn spells. This is another win con because you're going to counter their something. Hopefully it's massive. And then it's going to come down as a beater, and then you can Banefire the next turn and win that way. Draining Welk is awesome. It's a counter spell. Run both of them. This card's sick. You're going to get the 6 mana easily, I promise. Opportunity has been a little awkward for me, but it still makes the cut. It's just too damn powerful. If they don't do anything, you can draw your damn 4 cards instant speed. Holy shit. If you can't win the game from there, you're already in really bad shape. So she looks kind of derpy. She's currently looking at me and a fucking wall, but she's definitely worth running. Run both of them. And then we ended up with Fire Blast. How about Banefire for like, they're at 12. You Banefire for 8, and then you sack your last to deal the remaining 4 damage. This helps you. I wouldn't call it a win condition, but you don't cast this if like you cast this for the win pretty much most of the time. Like always, actually, you cast this for the win, or just cast it for its mana cost. 6 mana, instant speed for 4 damage. Isn't that bad? Fire Blast, my dudes. That's the 60. We're gonna jump up here. I think I've talked about why I'm not running a 4th. You really don't want another Terramorphic Expanse, late game when you're trying to get lethal with Banefire. Pongifies, you're going to 2-for-1 yourself because, yeah, Chant of the Moldiah, this card's good, but you're going to have to kill whatever you want to kill, and then you're going to have to kill that damn 3/3, and that's going to suck. You're going to have to spend 2 cards to do it most of the time. Peak, not good enough to run. I don't run creatures besides Draining Welk. Swerve is fucking ridiculous in the mirror match. It's kind of meh in the other matches because you can't change the target of a removal spell because I'm not running any damn creatures, I just don't think it's good enough. You do play the mirror a lot, so I don't know. That's one of the controversies. I'm not running it, though. I say don't run it. We Dragonauts as a creature don't run it. Char, I don't really want 4. 3's fine. Invoke the Firemind. No, it's just not powerful enough. Sorcery speed. Compulsive Research, I'm fine with running the amount that I do. Breaking Point, I'm not a big fan of. Browbeat is okay in the creature version, not that good in this version. Pillage is okay in the creature version, not that good in this version. Reigns of Power is just not good enough. Sulfurous Blast, that's an instant speed, right? What? Instant speed, you're not running it? It's because for it to be really good, it's sorcery speed, right? So this is most of the time 4 mana, 2 damage to each creature and each player. Look, I've already got that for 1 mana less. And that would make my 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th mass removal. I don't need that many. 6 is plenty. With all the card draw and stuff, I'm going to find it. Stolen Goods, I hate it anyway, but it's bugged, I think, still, right? Like, I saw a guy cast it. I thought he was just... That was on camera, too, a while back. I thought he just didn't know how the card worked, but I think it's just effed up. Don't run it. Mnemonic Wall... I mean, Mnemonic Wall is a dope card. I just don't... It's just not good enough. Future Sight. God damn. The thing is, like... When I found Future Sight and I wanted to cast it, it's an enchantment. You can't put it down at instant speed. If it had flash, of course it would be ridiculously broken. But you can't afford to tap out. You really can't. You always have to leave mana open to take care of their shit. Charmbreaker Devils says creature. Gather Specimens just isn't that good. Overwhelming Intellect. These are both like these have stipulations to them, you know. They have to cast a creature. What if they don't and you're just holding that in your hand, you know? It's kind of like Draining Welk, but Draining Welk is any spell. It can be any damn spell. It doesn't have to be a creature. It's just counter target spell. This has to be a creature. I mean, if for nothing else, don't run it because it's terrible in the mirror match, you know? Okay, don't run either one of those. Spell Twine, not good enough. And this is a creature, and this sucks. So that is a 60 for this deck. Oh my gosh, I don't know why it says 41 unlocked in the top left hand of my deck manager, but this is a 60, guys. This deck is a powerhouse. I kind of want to do a leaderboard run, where instead of like I'm playing freaking Enter the Dracomancer and whatnot, Hunter Strength, how about I just go on a rampage with Dodge and Burn? Of course, it would be a couple weeks of just Dodge and Burn videos, but I kind of want to take a crack at the leaderboard. So I may do that. I don't know. Tell me what you think if you'd like to see that, because I would like to get back, like climb the ranks. Like if you remember, when I get to 2013, I got to top 34 in 2013, I think. I'd like to make another run like that. That would be dope. So let me know if you'd like me to do that. That is a deck tech for Dodge and Burn. Have a blast with this deck. If you haven't found by now a good way to run it, this is absolutely it. It's a powerhouse. Later, homies.